new for me. Okay. We're on live, girls. Like Monsters Inc. East Coast, West Coast. It's okay.
So we're live from Florida,
From
Cincinnati, Guadalajara, and Mexico City, right?
Yes. Crazy, isn't it?
Yes.
Hola, ya estamos en vivo, espero que se encuentren muy bien todos. Qué felicidad el día de hoy, en verdad es bueno, ¿qué les puedo decir? Hoy es un día espectacular, maravilloso. Les quiero dar las gracias por estar el día de hoy aquí acompañándonos y sobre todo porque, bueno, hoy va a estar de anfitriona mi queridísima amiga Patti Santos, que bueno, se ha convertido en mi ángel de la guarda, se ha convertido en mi mano derecha, izquierda, pie derecho, pie izquierda, frente y detrás. O sea, en verdad, te agradezco mucho, Patti, esta sesión del día de hoy, este webinar. Y no quiero ser yo, sino que seas tú la persona que presente, ¿ok? El día de hoy y que nos diga quién está con nosotros. En verdad, es una bendición y te agradezco mucho. Así que, adelante, Patti.
Gracias, Gaby. Gracias. Well, we are going to do this in English because Shelby and Stephanie.
Oh, Christy, but
Yes,
I'm logged in on my
sorry,
sister's
I was
computer.
reading. I was like, I'm so nervous, but okay. Christy
No,
and
you're
Shelby,
good.
Shelby and Christy, they are the founders, the big hit of everything about socks, KeySocks. The socks with the hole, you know? And we are so glad to have them here. And we want to introduce you to who is Shelby and who is Christy. We want to know the women before KeySocks, you know, who are you guys? We want to hear about your story. We want to hear about what you do before the KeySocks, why you invented them, how there's a lot of questions that we have, but we want to hear it from you. And I think we have a lot of audience in Spanish and in English. So after you speak, I can translate something so they understand, and then we can continue. It's okay for you?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Who wants to start?
Shelby will start because she
Okay.
created the socks.
Okay.
So first off, thank you, Gabby and Monica, Patty, Monica, Patricia. So it says Patty. Anyway, thank you so much for having us. It's so exciting. So I guess first and foremost, I would have to say I am the middle daughter of two wonderful parents, and I have two sisters, Christy being one of them. Stephanie is the older sister who lives in Florida. And we grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I guess probably my whole life, I would say, we did lots of sports growing up, went to great schools. My interest was always kind of in retail sales, moved kind of all around, moved out to Colorado, went to Arizona State. So did stuff like that. And then when my kids were little, I was going to a Bengals football game and I wanted to look cute that day. And my friend from California had sent me her really cute gold flats, and I never wear socks. And so I wanted to look cute that day, but I know that it was going to be chilly out and I was going to be freezing. And all those no-show socks and footies literally always fall off your feet, or they show at the top part of your foot, and then it comes back off the heel. So I first put on tube socks with jeans and flats, and it looked ridiculous. So I was like, oh my God, I'm not doing that. That's so stupid. And then I put on a navy knee-high sock, and it looked stupid. So I literally took scissors and I cut a hole at the top of my foot, and I wore it to the game. And my last name is McKee. And my friend at the game said, that's not a MacGyver sock, that's a McKeever sock. And MacGyver is, you know, that crazy show in the 80s where he jerry rigs everything. And
with the knife.
yeah, like he's always like tweaking everything. So that day in 2009, the sock idea came about. And then I did research. Nobody ever came up with the idea. And it took a long time to get where we are today. And I'll let Christy talk about that, because that's when Christy and Steph and then our parents came in and helped us, and we all joined in together to make it happen. Yeah.
Wow, that's a great story. Okay, Shelby es la hija de en medio de tres hermanas. Sus papás son maravillosos. Viven en Florida. Ahorita Shelby está en Cincinnati porque está trabajando, obviamente, no puede dejar su trabajo, porque es una mujer empresaria. Stephanie y Christy están en Florida y bueno, la forma en la que llegó a los KeySocks y cómo los inventó es porque en el 2009 ella tenía un partido de fútbol americano de los bengalíes en Cincinnati, Ohio. Hace mucho frío y pues obvio, como decimos en México, primero muerta que sencilla, pues se ponía calcetines y se veía ridícula, se ponía de los calcetines que no se ven y se veía muy mal, tampoco le gustaba, y entonces un día dijo, pues ¿por qué no? Este día hace mucho frío, le voy a hacer un hoyo a mis calcetines. Y a la hora de hacerle el hoyo, se dio cuenta que había encontrado el hilo negro literal en el problema que todas las mujeres teníamos de ¿qué me pongo para tener los pies calientes y para verme arreglada? Entonces investigó y se dio cuenta que a nadie se le había ocurrido esa idea, y ahí fue como empezó los calcetines así. Su apellido es Key, entonces ella pues dijo, vamos a ponerle este nombre, y por eso es el nombre de KeySocks, por eso los inventó. Now we are going with Christy, their story. Who is Christy?
So I'm the youngest of three girls. And like Shelby said, we have amazing parents. And so, you know, we all went off to college, different colleges. I was in Montana and then Colorado. And then I ended up getting married around, I think like 26. And so I have three daughters, and they were young when Shelby, you know, came up with the idea. And so she was the one that really spearheaded the whole thing and really got my dad involved. And then once they, you know, perfected the sock and got all the prototypes made and figured out where the manufacturing was going to be, and then launched the business in 2012. And so, you know, I was just a stay-at-home mom. And so Shelby said, you know what, let's all, you know, do this together. And we did. And, you know, we didn't ever claim to know how to run a business. So we had hired, you know, several different people. And, you know, we really realized that, you know, not everybody has our same passion in it. And so, you know, we realized that, you know what, we're going to have to do this. We need to do it and run it ourselves. So Stephanie, our oldest sister, I'm actually at her house right now. She moved down here, and so she's a school teacher. So Shelby and I run the business. And as you can see, Shelby's in her bedroom with mannequin legs. So, you know, we have really scaled back, and we work out of her home. And so, yeah, it's been a crazy journey. And, you know, as Damon John from Shark Tank says, an overnight success is 10 years. And so we're right there on the 10-year mark. And we just launched on Nordstrom.com.
Yes,
and
I know.
we just got the final email from Shop HQ, which is owned, it's a third tier of QVC. And so the buyer just emailed and said they're finalizing everything. We'll go on their .com to start, and then they'll bring us up. It's in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we'll sell live on like the air. It's like a home shopping network.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. Which is super exciting.
Wow, it's
like
a big journey. It's like a big journey. Okay.
Yeah.
Stephanie, Christy, ya no sigo leyendo. I keep reading the names. I'm sorry. Christy is saying that Christy nos cuenta, ella es la hermana más chica. Ella era una mamá, como todas, muchas veces nos encontramos que nos dedicamos a los hijos. Y pues cuando Shelby le dio la idea y le dijo, oye, mira lo que encontré, como buena hermana le dijo, pues yo voy contigo y te apoyo. Entonces su papá, que como les decía, sus papás son maravillosos, las apoyó, empezaron a hacer todo ver cómo lo iban a sacar, dónde lo iban a hacer, cómo lo iban a manufacturar. Contrataron mucha gente para ver si podían ayudarlos, porque pues era un negocio pequeño, tipo familiar, y pues se dieron cuenta que nadie tenía la pasión que ellas tenían para hacer el negocio. Entonces empezaron ellas, y por eso es que están juntas. That's the good thing about this, isn't it? That you have a family business who takes care of the customers, who takes care, you send notes by handwriting. It's not like the big company that doesn't care about the customers and everything. That's the good thing about you. This is the value about the KeySocks thing, you know? It's like you are there for the clients. I think it's the best thing you can do.
It's
So
fun.
we have some questions that we want to know that how did you manage to do I want to do something, but some women that have a lot of ideas, you know, but they stay at their heads in paper, but never made it to the real thing, you know. It goes like a project or something, but how did you manage to do it? Like, who was your safety net? Who was your push over, like, do it? Who was it? Who makes you do that?
So I love that question. And I have to say, it's probably, I think when you find a solution to a problem, the no-show sock problem, that I found the solution and nobody ever came up with it. And it's just never been thought of. And we started off with one fabric and one size, and now we're up to 6 different fabrics, Christy, 2 different sizes, 2 different styles, compression, 10 years in the making of, putting your blinders on and just keeping at it. And I think probably the drive and the inspiration truly came from my dad and my mom and my sisters. And my dad was in sales, and he was a manufacturer's rep and owned his own company. And he was the youngest of 10 kids, and he just has a work ethic like no others. And he was such an amazing salesperson. And I think and I think with my personality, when I come up with something, I'm not going to give up. And so from day one, the day that I cut the sock till today, I still have the same passion and drive to get them in every woman's sock drawer. It's like this challenge inside myself, but they really are so good, and it really is the answer to the problem. So I just think that when you come up with that idea, and it's an amazing idea, and it has leg, no pun intended, you just can't stop. You keep going, and you go till the finish line. And we're not at the finish line. I don't know when that's coming. I mean, it is a journey every day, but so many lessons. But yeah, I think the inspiration is just my family and my kids. Yeah.
Wow, it's so cute.
And the customers, you, Monica. So you are my inspiration, because you ordered the socks at the very beginning.
Yes, I know.
I saw your post and I was like, you need some new pairs. So I sent you socks. And I
know they were so old, but they were so good that it doesn't have to be buy it like or again and again and again, because they work so good, you know. I know they look old, but it was like the first batch of KeySocks that came out, and I bought it. And so I bought it from Mexico City. Well, actually, I was living in Cuernavaca. It's like 45 minutes from Mexico City. And I say like, okay, I'm going to buy it. I don't know if they're going to make it here. I don't know if I'm going to lose my money in between, because I don't know if I have to pay taxes. I don't know how it works, but I'm going to order and let's see what happens. And I think it took like 2 months, because it was like by US postal, you know, it was not like FedEx or something. it took a long to take to the package to came to my house. So I was like, oh, they arrived and they didn't cost a lot of money, didn't get lost in the in the way. And when I tried them, it was like, oh my God, this is so good. Because Cuernavaca, some days are really hot, but you want to use your shoes without using a sock. And it was like, oh, it's chilly right now. I can use my KeySocks. So I was like, okay, they are good. Then you started with another fabrics and they were look so good, so good, so good. And I was like following you, you know, looking that you were getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And when I saw you, you were at the Today Show. You were like with the Shark Tank, yes, John Damon. And you were like climbing, like I'm not going to stop. And I was like, these girls are on fire, you know, because nothing's going to stop them. Because sometimes you say that you can do something and they say, okay, I'm done. That's everything we are going to do. But you are improvising, going some forward things, looking for some new stuff. The little ones for the kids are new, you know, and I don't know what is going to surprise us more with you. What's next for men? You have a lot of things to do. So, bueno, en resumen, lo que nos decía Shelby es que pues empezaron muy chiquitos, quien las motivó ha sido su familia, como siempre, y como Gaby siempre lo ha manejado. Como mujeres tenemos que tener una red que nos respalde, y la red de ellas y su seguro que se encuentran ellas es su familia, sus hermanas, sus papás, y pues son los que las han apoyado completamente, y eso es lo que las ha hecho seguir, sus clientes que las siguen, y pues ellas no ven un límite, ellas siempre van a ir más arriba. Okay, Christy, you want to say something? Who inspired you to go with Shelby? Who you say, because Shelby can say something, but if you have 3 kids, you say, I don't want to go with my sister because I don't like it. No, you go with her, you stay with her, you were her backup. So what inspires you?
So I would say, well, first off, I got a marketing degree. And so I've always been creative and, you know, interested in, you know, the creative side of what we do. So that's been super fun in all of it. And, you know, I always knew, you know, when I started this, my kids were probably, I don't know, 6, 7 and 8 maybe. So, you know, I always knew I wanted to get into something, but I didn't know what it was going to be. And so when Shelby came to me and said, I mean, when I do this, we're going to, you know, run the business together. And, you know, I think Shelby and I just work so well together because we're so different. But, you know, she's so good on the social media side, and she, you know, reaches out and gets the deals. And, you know, it took her 7 years to get on Good Morning America. And it was just like a persistent, you know, following up and saying, you know, we have these new styles and this, and I do all the computer stuff. So, you know, I'm doing the back end stuff, and Shelby likes to say she, you know, goes and catches the fish, brings it to me, and then I fillet it and make it look real pretty. So
you keep it here.
Like Shelby says, you know, my parents are inspiration, and we've been really, really lucky. And to answer the question, when somebody has an idea, one of the biggest challenges for people is the funding. So we were fortunate enough that, you know, our dad had retired. And so he learned through the 3 years that it was such a great idea, and he was willing to fund it. And so that's a huge inspiration for Shelby and I to make it a success, so we can, you know, show them that we've worked hard to make it a success and be able to, you know, pay them back and, you know, have them enjoy the success of it.
Oh,
So
that's a great story. That's a great thing. Okay, bueno, lo que nos cuenta es que pues realmente su papá, el que las apoyó, ya estaba retirado, y entonces cuando se dio cuenta que pues, sus hijas tenían una buena idea, pues obvio las apoyó. Christy estudió, como muchas mujeres estudiamos y muchas veces nos quedamos con el ya estudié, pero tengo hijos y están ahí y voy a quedarme como mamá, pero ella, o sea, con una carrera universitaria de marketing, entonces ella dijo, pues yo la voy a ayudar. Shelby y ella son muy diferentes y entonces pues se dan cuenta que se complementan. Shelby es la que lanza la carnada, los jala, y Christy es la que hace todo el trabajo, el trabajo de oficina, digamos, pero pues realmente se complementan una con la otra. Okay, so I want to ask you something about what was like working with the shark, John Damon, you know, we saw it on TV and we saw it like so far away, but you were with him. So how is it to work with like it was like baby steps at first, you know, and with 2 colors and 2 fabrics or only 1 fabric, you know, starting. But then when you see or you realize you were at Today Show, at Good Morning America, and with the sharks, you know, how was like that transition?
So that's a great question. So when we first started, the first year that we started in 2012, we got on the Real Simple magazine. So that was huge. That boosted our sales. And then the second year we were on the Today Show with Bobby Thomas and Hoda Kotb and Kathy Lee. And that was huge. That was huge. And then, you know, every time we get on a show, it's just like a boost of sales, a boost of confidence, like, you know, all of the reviews, you see how much everybody loves them, and it just keeps you going. And then and this is Christy's oldest daughter, Elle. This is in my house. We're packing the socks out of my house.
All the socks
I love
out.
that picture.
And a lot of people
Yes,
think that you know, you can only wear them with heels or flats, but we have so many different styles now that you can wear them with boots and booties and, you know, your yoga pants, Spanx leggings. I mean, they can go with anything, but, and so the thing is that I wasn't on the Shark Tank show. I was actually invited on Good Morning America. They had a spinoff of Shark Tank. And so I had 5 seconds to sell my idea on Times Square with 3 other entrepreneurs. And so if you Google KeySocks Shark Tank, you can see me on Times Square. Oh, actually, I have a picture right here.
Wow.
But anyway, so we won that, and that was just amazing. And then after that, we got on Deals and Steals, who we absolutely love, Tori Johnson. And so she had brought us on because we had come out with a compression fabric KeySocks. So I had been trying to get on there for years. So we finally got on. And then after that, they asked us to be on like 4 or 5 times. And 2 summers ago, they called us and said, can you come up to New York in 2 days? We'd love to put you on TV, on live TV. Wow. So Christy and I got on live TV, and it was just amazing. It's so unbelievable. I can't even describe when you start with cutting a hole in your sock to all of a sudden being on national television. It's like, yes, and it's true manifestation. It's like you have to visualize it, imagine it, work on it day in, day out, never stopping, and then doing it. But it's like, it's just a flash in the pan each time you get on the news. It's not just a one-time deal that's going to have you make it, or, you know, you meet a shark and you work with a shark that's not going to make it. You know, it's the day in, day out, daily, you know, work that you put behind it to keep the sales going. And, you know, COVID was really tough because nobody's going to work. Nobody's, it was hard. And we changed, you know, some directions that we were going in. And now, like Christy said, we're on Nordstrom.com, which is so exciting.
Yes, I know. You started with, do you remember who was your first sale, you know, the first person that says, oh, I want to, because the family sometimes they do their jobs like, okay, I'm going to help you. But who was the first sale that you make that you say, oh my God, one person trusted me and one person that their money is not from my family, is going to my account because they like my product. Do you remember, guys, who was?
I
Who was it?
remember the first person to order on our website. Christy, do you remember?
No.
Donna Browning, our friend from
No
high school.
way. I didn't know that.
She has a company called Sweaty Bands. And so when we launched, she has a headband company. Google it. It's called Sweaty Bands.
Okay.
And she was the first person to ever buy on our website.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Ah,
she
So
was.
crazy.
Yeah,
that's
she
the great
was.
thing about being with the customers. You remember the first one, you know? Okay, en resumen, lo que nos están contando es que para poder llegar a donde están, o sea, no fue nada más cosa de un día para otro, que, o sea, cuando se dieron cuenta, o sea, era el primer show y eso les daba confianza para ir al segundo show y para decir, sí, le estamos haciendo bien, vamos a ir con el siguiente show, y entonces empezaron a participar. Tuvo un tiempo mínimo para exponer su idea con uno de los tiburones del Shark Tank, y entonces él les dijo, sí, me gusta su idea, pero el chiste de todo esto es que no se quedaron, no, en México decimos, no se durmieron en sus laureles, o sea, no dijeron, ya llegamos aquí y aquí nos quedamos. Siempre es seguir evolucionando, siempre es seguir buscando nuevas cosas. Empezaron a hacer los de niños, van a hacer, o sea, para hombres también. Entonces, esa foto que se ve ahorita es una de las hijas es la hija más grande de Christy, isn't it? Is your oldest daughter?
Yep.
Y esa es la casa de Shelby, donde tienen todos los calcetines. O sea, todo esto empezó en chiquito. Eso es lo que nos debe de motivar, yo creo, que no necesitas la empresa puesta y grande, sino empezar de uno por uno, y entonces te das cuenta que, pues ahorita ellas acaban de empezar a vender en Nordstrom. O sea, ya, you are starting selling on Nordstrom, isn't it? You know, how many KeySocks are you going to send to Nordstrom? You know, it's like a huge amount, isn't it?
So so because of COVID, what we're doing is doing .com, just selling on their .com, and they're not really doing hard buying for their stores.
Okay.
But I think what they'll do is see how they sell on their website. And we actually don't have all our SKUs listed yet. There's only 4 listed right now, but it's just taken a lot of time.
Okay.
But we drop ship to the customers. So when orders come through, we process the orders and we ship them out. So they don't put purchase orders in and buy product to sell in their
Okay, so
stores.
you keep it like a small
warehouse.
business, because that's why you write the letters to the customers, you know? Okay, la forma de que ellos están vendiendo ya en Nordstrom no es que los tengan en tienda física, sino que ellas tienen todavía el producto. Cuando sale la venta, ellas envían el producto, y esa es la forma en la que ellas pueden tener como que todavía ese contacto con el cliente, mandarles notitas, escribirles y ver que están al pendiente de sus clientes. Eso es lo que las hace únicas también como empresa. Okay, I have this one. How was, like, I saw some pictures of you with Jamie Lee Curtis and with Zendaya, you know? How did you get to them?
So, okay, so I truly believe in manifestation and the laws of attraction. That's just how I've always been my whole life. And some people, like, I have dreams about people that have crossed over, and I truly believe that we attract, what we believe. And so it's just so crazy, because we were in Las Vegas at the shoe show, and I was like, we're going to run into somebody famous. I just know it. And so when I say that to Christy, I'm like, we're going to get something today. She's like, okay, what is it? And I'm like, I don't know, but I feel it. Like, we're going to get on a show or something. And so, so we were in Las Vegas at the shoe show, and we were leaving, and I was with my friend, and we were actually going into Starbucks, and I was sitting outside of the hotel lobby ready to get into a cab. And so he came running over and he goes, do you have any KeySocks in your bag? And I said, yeah, why? And he goes, Jamie Lee Curtis is here. She is literally here and she has pants and boots on and you need to go talk to her. And so anyway, I was like, oh my God, my heart started pounding. I'm like, I don't want to seem like a stalker or a weirdo, like chasing her down with a sock with a hole in it. You know what I mean? And so we have it actually, he got it on video. And so, so she was sitting down. I waited till she sat down. She was with her assistant. And I said, oh yeah, here's the picture right here. Anyway, so I had one pair of nude KeySocks. And so I walked over and I was like, hi. And she was like, hi. And I was like, I know this sounds weird. I'm like, but I invented the very first no-show knee-high sock in the market. And I said, I want to give you some because I know you're going to love them. And she instantly pulled up her pants and she was like, I just had surgery. She's like, you need compression no-show socks. She's like, because look at my ugly socks, look at my ugly boots. She's like, these are genius. I love them. And so I gave her a pair. It was just the neatest thing. It was so cute. And then she was part of the Hillary campaign. And so I left, I said bye, and I was waiting in the cab line, and she came chase me down and she tapped me on the shoulder and she's like, you're a woman in business. She said, who are you voting for? And I was like, and all these people in line are like, oh my God, Jamie Lee Curtis is chasing her down. And anyway, it was just awesome. And then Zendaya had a shoe line and she was at the shoe show and that's how we met her. And she was adorable. She was so nice.
Thank you.
That's so good. Okay, lo que les decía, les preguntaba es que cómo llegaron con Jamie Lee Curtis. Algunas la conocerán como que salió en Halloween. Eso, digo, para nosotras era alguien así como que importante para conocer en un show en Las Vegas. Se la encontraron y pues como siempre, como buena mujer, en su bolsa traía un par de KeySocks nuevos y entonces dijo, le voy a ir a enseñar a ver qué me dice, a ver si no va a parecer que soy una que la está siguiendo y la va a hacer algo. Lo vio y le dijo que era la mejor invención y a Zendaya también la conocieron en el show así y que dice, y son unas personas muy agradables y pues también les ha encantado lo que hicieron con los KeySocks. Okay, so I want to know, what do you think about, yesterday was the International Day of Violence to Women, you remember, I don't know if you heard or something. What do you think that women have to deal with violence in the business and in companies, because we saw the good thing, you are telling us the good things, but can you tell us about bad things that some women have to deal with because they're women? Some people say like, oh, she's a woman, she's not going to do anything, they are not going to make it. That's kind of violence, emotional, or it doesn't have to be physical, but did you manage something in the whole journey about right now?
So all the positives that we're talking about, there have been probably a million negatives. So, from the time that I cut the sock out in 2009, they're all hand cut, and we had to find the right manufacturer and the right, team to put together. Christy and I were married, had kids. Both during this whole journey, both have gotten divorced. So that was terrible. I mean, it was so hard, and it was so hard to run a business and raise our kids. And then we had, some people working for us that didn't have the same intentions that we had, that, did some things that, weren't great. And we're never ones to point the finger, because the bottom line is that we make choices for ourselves, but when you don't have the confidence, or you feel like you don't know what you're doing and you trust somebody and you get burned, I think what Christy and I have learned is that when we feel that something isn't right with someone or a situation, or trying to you know, hire somebody to do certain things that, you know, want X amount of dollars, or they say they can take you to the moon and back. You know, we've had it all. We've seen it all. We've been through it all. You just have to trust yourself to know that you can get it done. And you really have to have confidence. And I think through this journey for me, I just have gotten so much more confident in, you know, business and what we know now. And, you know, growing up, I had a terrible learning disability. It was really hard to get through school. Just the typical learning, you know, was really hard for me. And so I never felt very smart, and I don't have a business degree, and, you know, I don't know, but I think passion, persistence, perseverance, and, you know, a great product that, you know, there's a need in the market for it, and it really does solve the problem, I think is the key. And you just can't let anyone get you down, whether it's a man, a woman, anything. So
Okay.
you just got to keep going.
And she's been called a genius 9,000 times. So you are smart.
Yes, you are.
I'm smart.
You're smart. You're beautiful. You are.
Thank you.
You got the 3 P's: persistence, perseverance, and passion. You know, that's the 3 most important. The key. You know, that's why the KeySocks. Ok, lo que Shelby nos dice y le preguntaba yo es, ayer que fue el Día Internacional de la Eliminación de la Violencia contra la Mujer, pues quiero saber, o sea, queremos saber si ellas en algún momento se enfrentaron con violencia, pero no tiene que ser física, sino emocional, donde le dijeran, tu producto no sirve, tu producto no va a salir. Y pues lo que ella dice, sí hay mucha gente que te dice cosas en que te quieren bajar la moral, pero el chiste es que tengas perseverancia, la pasión, y que seas persistente en lo que quieres. Y yo creo que si sabes lo que quieres, no va a haber nada que te detenga, no importa las cosas malas, que ha habido muchas, pero yo creo que las buenas son las que a ellas les han llegado. Okay, so you have, do you think that people underestimate the power of women? You think that the people outside say that women doesn't have any power, women is not going to do a lot of things? What do you think about that?
I think I would say, you know, in 2021, that the roles have really changed. And I think that women are more empowered because there's so many women out there that support other women and help them bring them to the top. And, you know, an example of somebody like that is a woman named Cindy Eckert. And I don't know if you follow her on Instagram, but Shelby found her, and she created the pink pill for women. So it's like the Viagra for men, it's for women.
Okay.
And she sold her company for $1 billion.
Wow.
And but her mission is to help other women, female entrepreneurs, really get to the top. And it's so neat. And we sent her KeySocks, and she included them in her. She does everything's pink. It's like the Pinkubator is for, you know, female entrepreneurs. And so she sent out the pink box to, you know, A-list celebrities and, you know, people from New York to LA, and people are going crazy, you know, over the amazing products in the box, and KeySocks were in it. So I just think, you know, women are, you know, more empowered, you know, now more than they were so, you know, years ago.
Yes, that's great. Bueno, lo que nos dice Christy es que le preguntaba yo que si la gente subestima el poder de las mujeres, y dice que ahorita en el 2021 lo importante y lo bueno que se está haciendo es que las mismas mujeres nos estamos ayudando en unas con otras a empoderarnos y a decir, tú puedes, y si yo soy exitosa y yo lo logré, te voy a jalar a ti que estás empezando. Y eso es lo bueno que podemos tener y que podemos sacar, que entre todas nos estamos ayudando. Ellas están con una persona que es la que inventó y que vendió su compañía en $1 billón, que es como que el Viagra para las mujeres, y ella está regalando productos. Ellas le mandaron el producto, le encantó, y entonces lo está regalando por todos lados, y se están llenando las cosas, o sea, los vacíos que se tenían donde decías, una mujer no te va a ayudar. Claro que no, o sea, entre nosotras nos estamos ayudando y nos estamos jalando para hacernos más exitosas. Okay, so it's going to be the National Sock Day on December the 4th. What do you have do you have anything to say about that day? I didn't know it was like December the 4th, the National Sock Day. You do
What is it? National what?
Sock Day, you know?
Oh, Sock Day. Yes,
Yes, I know.
Yes.
December the 4th.
So Christy and I, it's actually like sock month in October. So we always donate. I mean, we have donated so many pair of socks. So National Sock Day, there's my son right there. National Sock Day is pretty, so fun. Yeah, what? Oh, honey, I'm on a call.
You're a mom.
Sweetie, I'm on a call in a minute.
Some live in Mexico City, Guadalajara, Florida, and Cincinnati.
Anyway, so National Sock Day. I don't know, Christy, what are we going to do this year for National Sock?
Well, it's coming up next week.
Yeah.
We'll do something great.
Yeah, we'll think of something for us and we'll do something fun. But I do have a fun story for you. So we have a teacher that orders KeySocks. Her name's Kathy. And so we have sayings on the bottom of our socks. And so when we were ordering a new batch of her favorite style of socks, we called her and we said, what saying would you like on the bottom of the sock? And she said, every day I tell my students to stand tall. So I have them on. You can see it says stand tall. So the whole thing is like, it's more than a sock. It's like waking up, feeling good. I truly believe in the power of intention, and having a saying on the bottom of your sock is just empowering. So that I think that maybe we'll just
cute.
That. Yeah.
You're going to start with more lines and more. Ask your customers about which line do you want to put in on the new batch of KeySocks. It's going to be great. It will be great. Okay, lo que ellas dicen, bueno, les preguntaba que el 4 de diciembre es el Día Nacional de los Calcetines. Entonces ellas dicen que pues tienen algo preparado, y que, bueno, algo que ellas les ha gustado mucho hacer es poner frases inspiradoras en la parte de abajo de los KeySocks, porque pues te sirven como para empoderarte y para decir, acuérdate lo que eres. Tienen una clienta que fue su maestra y ella les dio la idea de poner una frase que dice, párate derecho, stay tall. Entonces eso las hace agarrar fuerza y decir, vamos adelante. Y I think I have something that, a phrase that I heard about in your Instagram page, that you are the only limit to your success. You are limitless. So I think the limits, we put our limits, but we don't have any limits. The limit is the sky. So we are going to be with you guys. I'm going to be with you. I was like your customer at the first time. Right now, I'm your friend. You are my friend. I love to see your stories, the way you live with your parents and you take care of everything. So it's great to see that families stays together, grow up together. They follow, and sisters can work, because sometimes you say that sisters don't get along, so they go one way and to the other one. But Christy says that you are so different, but opposites attract. You keep pushing, she keeps pushing, she follows you, you follow her. So the thing that we are learning today is that the families that stay together grows a little bit higher if you get someone who loves you beside you. It's going to be a huge. I am so nervous because I realize that I'm with you and I can't believe it.
Oh, that's
You're
so
adorable.
sweet. Well, first of all, I truly believe that we met you for a reason, and we're so excited that, you know, you love your socks, but it's so much more than a sock. And it's like, that's what I feel like the women are coming together and partnering together and supporting each other. Like Christy mentioned, Cindy Pink, CEO, Cindy Eckert, everybody should follow her. She's like an angel on earth, like a bubble of happiness, you know? And so she has this platform that everybody, you know, can join in. But I feel like that's what Christy and I are too. And we just keep going. And one day I'll be crying. The next day she'll be crying, but we lift each other up and we keep going. And it's just, it's wonderful. And we're so lucky to be able to know you and to know all
Yes,
of the
I
women
know.
and all the customers that we have. And we've had so many friends that, you know, support us, and we're so lucky. We're so lucky. So
Yes, I know. We are so lucky. Lo que nos decimos es que pues somos muy afortunadas de habernos conocido primero como yo las conocí como clienta, y pues ahora ya no somos clientas, ya somos amigas, y la verdad es lo bueno es que de todo esto es que pues te das cuenta que como hermanas se ayudan, como mujeres se ayudan, cuando una está triste la otra la saca, cuando una se siente que se está cayendo la otra la levanta. Entonces eso es lo bueno de todo esto. No nada más son los KeySocks, sino todo lo que engloba el hacer un producto donde puedes ayudar también a las mujeres y pues como que agarrarlo de motivación. You are empowering women, you are like a huge success. I'm so glad to have you because you're an inspiration to all women that have their things that they say that I'm afraid to do it. I don't want to, it's not going to work. Somebody is going to say that it doesn't work and they stay back. But you are the example that you're not ever, well, that's for men. That's the
that
new
is
thing.
this is our best friend, Peter. Okay. And there he is in Chicago, downtown Chicago. And he has on, we got him navy because he loves navy, but you can't see him, but he wears them all the time. So we
Oh.
do come out with the men's sock, and we'll do
Wow.
like a square cut. So it won't be so rounded, but that's
You are going to.
the next project.
The thing is that we need that every woman in the world has one pair of KeySocks at their drawers, you know?
Yes, that's the goal.
That's the whole thing that we are working for. And here in
That's the
Mexico,
goal.
I'm going to say to every woman that has to have them one in your drawer.
Yes,
You know?
yes,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay,
because they
so-
are that good.
Yes, they are great. So I think we have the time. And I don't know if you want to say something more, you want to say something or whatever you want. This is the last minute we have. This is all for you.
I just want to say you are adorable. You're precious. We love you, and thank you for having us on. And we're just so happy that you love your socks. And we now have a friend in Guadalajara, Mexico, and the world's going to finally know they've been missing out on no-show knee-high socks. Everyone needs a pair or 10.
Yes, everyone. Yesterday I was saying like for women, no, it's for men, for kids, for everyone is going to use them. I'm sure they are going to love them like I do.
Aw,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
Well,
Christine,
hopefully we
want to
can
say
meet you one
something?
day.
Yes, I hope you can came here. We can go to Puerto Vallarta. We can go to Cancun. We can go to Mexico City, to Guadalajara, whatever you want. I'm here for you guys.
Aw,
I'm so glad
thank you.
to have you here. You want to add something?
I just am excited to have the whole world know about KeySocks. So Mexico, here we go.
Yes, I know. There's Mexico, then we go south, everywhere. It will
Love
be
it.
great. Okay, so I think we are all still recording, but I'm so glad to have you. It's been
Thank
a
you.
wonderful
Thank
chat.
you.
Here it's getting warmer, you know. I don't know in Florida, but here in Mexico, it's like chilly and then warm, you know. That's why the KeySocks works here in Mexico.
I love that.
Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, Gaby. I don't know if you're Gaby, ¿estarás por ahí?
She said hugs.
Yeah, I think she's with the
Aquí
twins.
estoy, yes,
There
I'm
she
here.
is.
So,